Well, good evening and welcome to the Junior Footy and Netball Show once again on a Wednesday evening. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty cold outside. Hence, well, I've pulled out the old Hammond Lee beanie. That's right, it's got the cobwebs on it because I haven't pulled this out for a long, long time. But it's great to have both these two back in the studio tonight. And we say a very good evening to little Ruby Couch. Rubes, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, pretty good, thanks.
And they tell me you've been copying it in the schoolyard, mate, about your line of questioning on the show. What's going on?
Look, doing a bit tough at school at the moment.
Absolutely. You give him a shout out too, the one that's been getting into you with the questions. What's his name?
Charlie Noonan.
Yeah,
Pickles,
Charlie.
it's out to you.
We are coming for you, Charlie. We're going to get you on before the year's out, mate. We're going to have you under the pump, all right? So, Charlie, we're going to talk to you. Hey, Reggie. Good evening, mate, and welcome to you. And what about the bus trip home last week for the Emmanuel College boys, mate?
Yeah, it was a pretty fun bus trip home. Managed to jump on the Zoom and join in. That was good, so yeah.
It was fantastic, mate. And the kids are up and about. You've got to play another game next Wednesday at Rood Oval. This is pretty exciting too, Reg.
Yeah, it is semi-final against a Bendigo school, so hopefully it'll be pretty big. I think we might get a few students down there as a crowd, so that'll be great.
You be getting down there, Rubes?
Hopefully. I'm not too sure, actually.
Supporting and cheering.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, awesome. Now listen, the Roosters took on Terang Mortlake last week. How'd you fare?
Yeah, the 17s came away with the win, just by a few goals. It ended up being a pretty close game and definitely a really good matchup with the two teams.
Awesome, mate. How'd you play?
Yeah, it went all right. I was a bit out of position. We currently have a shooter out at the moment, so yeah, I went from mid-court into goals, but yeah, ended up being pretty well.
I reckon you would have handled yourself all right, mate. What about the footy? Footy on the weekend?
No, I didn't play. It was in Portland, a night game on Friday. But yeah, they came away with the win, I think 75-1. So
wow, that's a big win. That is a big win. You've got a night game coming up this Friday night too with the girls?
Yeah, up at the South Friendly Society. We're playing Warrnambool.
Look out, so the arch enemy.
Yeah.
Should be game on Friday night under lights at the Friendly Society's Park. And then, of course, Reggie, you're playing Friday night under lights against Koroit. It's Koroit's home game, but they've brought it forward and they wanted to play at the Rood Oval, which I think is sensational.
Yeah, it's good. Macca and the boys obviously wanted to come across and play a game on the Reed, which they haven't seen yet, so it'll be good for them and good for us to have a game on our oval.
And what about poor old Chrissy McLaren? He ended up with COVID. He couldn't coach last week. Was it on the bus on the way home, do you reckon, Reg?
Hopefully not. I don't think anyone's come down with it yet, but yeah, no, it's all right.
Good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, great to have you two here. And we must give a shout out to our sponsors, of course, McDonald's. Ruby's #1 ticket holder down there, of course. She loves her Mickey D's. Anthony Nigro and the team. And they are hiring at the moment too. So if you want to get involved down at McDonald's, now is the time to get down because they are wanting you to be involved with their organisation. And what a great organisation it is. McDonald's, of course, Power Core, Timmy Rourke and the crew, they just love being involved locally. Sport, netball, you name it. They want to get involved in Southwest Victoria, which I think is just magnificent. And Southwest TAFE, of course, they are the naming rights sponsor of the junior comp on Sundays, the netball and the footy, and they just love it. We're going to get Fidji on in the next couple of weeks too, because they'll have some mid-year enrolments and some really exciting announcements and some great courses coming up at Southwest TAFE too. So great organisation. As I said, always support our sponsors. Rubes head straight to Macca's every time after this show. What's the go-to tonight, mate?
Oh, look, maybe some nuggets, not too sure. Light feed before footy training.
Reggie, you don't mind a bit of Mickey D's as well, mate. What's your go-to, big fella?
On a night like tonight, might need a hot chocolate, I reckon. Pretty cold.
Little hot chocolate or a chalky fudge sundae. All thanks to our wonderful sponsors at McDonald's. Hey, let's go to the Zoom call now, and we've got a couple of special guests tonight. We're going to start off talking netball, and Ava Grundy from the Terang Mortlake Netball Club has been kind enough to join us. Ava, how are you, buddy?
Good, thanks. Yourselves?
Hey mate, fantastic to get you on, and I reckon I might have met you down at Geelong v Hawthorn game earlier on in the year. You're a Mad Cats supporter, Ava, is that right?
Yeah, I am.
And of course, Mum Kim, Dad Chipper, and for those, and I was just telling Reggie off air, Chipper won a Mascul medal, mate. I reckon he only played about 3 seasons at Terang, and he was an absolute superstar, centre-half forward, full forward, goal-kicking machine, Reg. You would have had your hands full playing on Chipper Grundy, mate, I can assure you. But how are Mum and Dad going, Ava?
Yeah, they're good. Just
going all right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, tell us about Terang Mortlake in the under-17s and the netball in your career so far.
Well, I started with Net Set Go and just, worked my way up. So, And yeah, here we are. But 17s aren't going too bad. I mean, not getting the results we want, but you win some, you lose some. So
And you're also playing in the open team for Terrain.
yeah, I am. I played a few games, so that's good.
How do you find the step up from 17s to open? Do you think that playing on obviously bigger bodies is a lot more beneficial for your netball?
Yeah, absolutely. It's such like a different sort of game. Like it's so much quicker, and yeah, I find it a lot better and a bit more of a challenge. So yeah.
Who's coaching in those two sides?
So the 17s we have an open player in Ree Davis coaching, and the open is Sharon Kanar. So they're both pretty good.
I was going to say a couple of absolute legends. Sharon's been around for a long time, coaching, playing, and of course Ree, very, very talented in her own right as well. So a couple of really good leaders there, Ava.
Yeah, they are. They're really good to have around.
Who would you say has been the best coach or someone that you've aspired to in the club who's really helped you out in your netball career?
I'd probably say Simone Maloney, and yeah, Shaz this year's been pretty good. So I don't know. All the open players like to help out in their little ways, but probably Mona, she's probably the best.
Where do you sit on the ladder at the moment?
Oh, I would not have a clue, to be honest. I haven't even...
Just taking it a week at a time, mate. Can
Yeah.
I ask, Ava, how are numbers down at Terrain Mortlake in regards to the netball and stuff, mate?
Yeah, netball's looking pretty good. We've got a few coming through 12s, 13s, net to go, like juniors. It's more sort of senior grades that we're just starting to filter the juniors through, but it's looking pretty good.
Who would you say is the funniest teammate in your team?
Oh, God. Probably Lydia Harris. She's a good laugh.
Hey, run through just some of the other girls too, some of the players to watch and some of the up-and-coming talent up at Terrain Mortlake, Ava.
So we've got the Dixons, Anna and Leah. They're, pretty good. They've always stuck around. Like Neve Scanlon, Ruby Kenner, Lucy Finity. They're all still around. We've got like Lara Clark in the 15s, and yeah, sit on the bench every now and again. So it's good.
What position are you playing in the 17s and the open?
So 17s I'm playing defence because we're a bit short in defenders, and then open I've been lining up in wing defence, and on the weekend I played centre and wing attack as well. So
What would you say is your most preferred position on the court?
oh gosh, I can play sort of anywhere. I've never really had a set position, so anywhere really.
A utility, mate. That is awesome. Hey, listen, you're taking on Cobden this week in round 9 action. And in the under-17s, well, Rubes, I know that they're pretty strong, Cobden. And in the open, they're on the rebound coming off a defeat last week. So it's going to be an interesting little game, isn't it, Rubes?
Yeah, definitely should be. I think, yeah, it should be pretty competitive. Definitely in the open. Yeah.
What do you reckon, Ava?
Oh, cross-town rivals, I reckon it's going to be a good game. We're not going to let them get away with it that easy.
What do you reckon? Which game do you think you might have a better chance in, the under-17s or the open?
The 17s are pretty strong, but we'll give it a crack. In the open, I reckon we'll compete really well. So
Awesome. Good stuff. Who's your biggest role model, mate? Who's the person you look up to?
oh, I don't know, probably mum and dad.
Good answer,
Yeah.
mate. Good answer. Are they listening here tonight? Are they sitting in another room just making sure you're answering the questions right?
No, dad and mum are at work, so
Beautiful. I tell you what, they're great people, don't worry. As I said, your old man was an absolute superstar in the Hamden Football Netball League. I was only talking about him on Sunday with another legend in Frankie Matthews. And we were just mentioning how good he was. And he was only in the game for a short period of time, but he kind of just won a Mascot medal and said, you know what, I'm just going to drift off into the sunset and that's enough for me. And good on him. And we'll have to get him. Now, you're going to have to tell him, you're going to have to team up for this, but we want him for Bake at the Break on Hamden League Live. So when we come down, I think we're coming down next week to Terrain Mortlake in Camperdown. So team up and tell him that we want him next Saturday.
I'll let him know.
You get that organised, mate. What about the Cats? Do you reckon the Cats can go all the way this year?
Oh, I hope they can, but I don't know.
You're not confident, mate. Hey, listen, great to talk to you, buddy. Good luck on the weekend taking on Cobden, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great stuff. That is Ava Grundy from Terrene Mortlake. She's a ripper.
Yeah, definitely. I played on her on the weekend, and yeah, it was head to head. It was very good.
That is awesome. Fantastic. Well, let's go to the football now. And, this name, the Sinnott name, has been synonymous with the Camperdown Football Netball Club forever, to be honest. And, when you talk about legends of the Hamden Football Netball League, this lad's old man, Stephen Gangle Sinnott, wasn't a bad player in his own right. He was an absolute champion. And his son, Miles, has been kind enough to join us. Miles, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good yourself.
Mate, fantastic. And just give us a bit of a background and overview, mate. You've had a little bit of a taste of senior football in 2022.
Yeah, been lucky enough to play a couple of games. Played against Reggie the other week, actually. That was a good game. But played a lot of juniors at Camperdown. Started since Auskick and just worked my way up the ranks and lucky enough to get a couple of games.
With a lot of the Sinnot's been out in Camperdown, what's it like to just play senior footy with them?
Oh, it's been unreal. Been lucky enough to play every game with Zach, and then lucky enough to play also with Hamish the other week as well. So it was good to play with a couple of mates and a couple of close family mates. Yeah.
Now, just on Hamish, I like to call him the Hammer. We had him on Hamden League Live there a couple of weeks ago. Tommy Bolsh actually tipped us off into this. He's memorised nearly every player number, senior football number, in the Hamden Football Netball League, and we had him on. And are you aware of this, Miles? He's an absolute freak.
Yeah, he's been like this forever, really, but he's just crazy with that sort of stuff, he is, and yeah, lucky enough that he knows that sort of thing.
How are you going in the seniors, personally and as a team?
As a team, we're probably struggling a bit more this year, but we're sort of getting there. But I'm not going too bad. It's been good experience, a lot harder than under 16s.
Who's coaching this year?
We got for the under 16s, Mick Arroyo's coaching, and for the seniors, we got Nev Swain.
And I must ask, Miles, so last week the club made the decision to not field an under 8.5 team, so they're just kind of pushing a lot of those kids up into that reserves team, purely and simply numbers-wise, but 16s, 14s and 12s, the numbers are pretty solid, aren't they, mate?
Yeah, through the 14s, 12s and 16s, we've got really, really strong numbers. It's sort of just that couple of years of the under 18s that struggle really since under 12s.
Who's your biggest influence up at the club?
Careful with this answer, mate.
There's a lot. Dad's a big one. Spook and Matt Sinnott are also big, and even Darren Cheeseman. There's lots of people that have sort of helped me.
What aspirations do you have for footy? Are you hoping to get all the way to AFL or just to keep playing?
Yeah, the dream is to hopefully one day play AFL, but even just to play as high as level footy as I can for as long as I can, that's probably the goal.
And mate, can I ask what position? Because your old man was a gun ruckman. Have you got the height gene, buddy?
Nah, not quite as tall as Dad yet, but been playing out on a wing in the seniors this year, and during my juniors played a little bit of ruck in the under 14s and a lot of midfield.
Beautiful, beautiful. And this weekend you're taking on the North Warrnambool Eagles. Not going to be an easy task out of Bushfielders either, mate, because they're tracking along pretty well at the moment.
Yeah, no, they're tracking along real well. It'll be a tough game, but I think we're a chance just to push them for most of the game and hopefully sort of keep it nice and close and give them a good fight.
Mate, can I ask you, did you tail up Reggie a couple of weeks ago, mate?
Nah, Warrnambool were on top all day, so it's a bit hard.
He doesn't go too bad either. Reggie, you've obviously played a bit of junior footy against each other over the years.
Yeah, played a fair bit of junior footy against Reggie. He's always been a gun, always been big and strong. And I was lucky enough to play up at the Rebels with Reggie this year, and he dominated up there too.
Geez, don't pump him up too much. That's a good pump. No wonder you got Miles on, isn't that right, Rube? He's picking his guests well here. Hey, Miles, good luck on the weekend, mate. Good luck for the rest of the year, and certainly looking forward to following your football career through, mate. That is for sure.
No, thanks for having me.
Good stuff. What a ripper.
Yeah, he's great. Known him for a couple of years now, but yeah, he's just a gun. So,
Yeah. Good kid, mate. Got a bright future.
Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders, so he's going places, I reckon.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Look out. Hey, let's have a look at round 9 action, of course. Now, Rubes, you've got to head over to Hanlon Park in Portland. I tell you what, have you seen their netball facilities over there since they've done a few things up in the courts? It's magnificent.
No, I haven't actually. So yeah, looking forward to that this weekend.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be a big game too, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. I think we'll go head to head, just like against Terrain. We're both kind of the middle teams on the ladder. So yeah, it should be a very good game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an absolute beauty. And I reckon the senior netball will be a decent enough game too. But they're going well, the senior girls at South, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Should be a pretty competitive game. Yeah, the South team, they're just flying at the moment. Just they're so close as a team, and yeah, it really just goes to show how being close to each other improves your netball.
That's right.
Yeah.
You've got each other's back and you've got confidence in each other, and it just snowballs, doesn't it? Now, Reg, you've got the big Friday night game, first Hammond League senior footy game under lights at the Reed Oval. Great initiative, we said at the top. Big game too, taking on Koroit, mate. They're up and about at the moment.
Yeah, they are, which is they've always been tough, and well, we're playing pretty good footy too at the moment though, so hopefully we can push right through and maybe get a win.
Yeah, and you just said to me out there, you've got a couple of little injuries to a few key players, mate. Who might be missing this week?
Off the top of my head, hang on, Geordie Foot. We've got a fair few hamstrings at the moment. Paddy Anderson's got a bit of a sore hammy too. Timmy O'Keefe and a few others. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, mate. It is going to be an absolute blockbuster. Fingers crossed we get the rain out of the way and it's not too bad Friday night under lights. Hey dudes, great show as always. Good luck on the weekend, mate. Road trip over to Portland, always good. Go to Canadian Rooster, mate, on the way home. It's a cracking little spot there. They've got the best chips and gravy in southwest Victoria. Reg, good luck on Friday night, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Great job. That is the Junior Footy and Netball Show. All thanks to McDonald's, of course, Power Core and Southwest TAFE. As we always say, go and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the footy and netball this weekend.